See, dumb guys don't understand. They do that on the club level fight. Opponents, because they say, y'all don't want to get knocked out by this guy, so I'm going to come in heavy. They're going to need to fight because they got to take the fight because they can kind of get the numbers. That's what they do on the lower end. But now, they flipping the strip and doing it on the high end. You know what I'm saying? So that practice, you're going to start seeing that a lot now. But how we doing it now?
No, it wasn't like he put a whole bunch. They only found specks of that shit.
No. He battery.
No, I get.
Things have taken a turn for the worse for Gervonta Davis. After a controversial draw in his last fight, he now faces yet another accusation, this time from his own trainer, who claims Davis has been using performance-enhancing drugs. This allegation is shockingly outrageous, especially considering the number of fights Davis has won. It raises the possibility that he may have been taking PEDs for much of his career without detection by boxing's governing bodies. What makes this revelation even more surprising is that it came from Calvin Ford, following an incident between him and Davis after Tank's fight against Lamont Roach.
Cal, you gotta calm down. Listen to me.
Hey, come on now. He's trying to get it. Get out in there no more. There you go. There you go. That's what you do. There you go. Stay good. Stay focused. That was a good.
Tank had never fought a match without Calvin Ford leading his corner since the start of his career.
And it just went down. He just, like you said, it was, we looked at 3 rounds. Brian was calling out, I need 3.
It happened for the first time last week, and the results were clear for everyone to see. However, what stood out the most was Tank's behavior toward Calvin Ford, disrespecting his coach for no apparent reason. During one of the later rounds, when Coach Calvin advised Gervonta Davis to be more cautious, Davis simply shouted, "Calvin, calm down and listen to me." Many in the boxing community found this disrespectful. One fan even commented, "I pity that man so much. Tank is so disrespectful and rude, and he really can't do much without him."
And as someone that's had Tank since basically he was a pup and you've raised him as a boxer and a man, what would you like to see Tank do?
I believe in any of this shit. He made me do it. They start to see. Promoters know these things. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to, in the words of Floyd Mayweather, I'm just trying to keep the playing field even. That's how he said it. That Floyd said it like that. I'm just trying to keep the playing field even.
And the safety of the sport.
And the safety of the sport.
Right. 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like to clear that up. Now also,
Another fan put himself in Gervonta Davis's shoes, saying, "If I had someone like Calvin Ford do for me what he did for Tank, I'd be forever grateful to him, and he would never lack anything in his life." Meanwhile, one critic harshly condemned Davis's actions, describing him as an ungrateful and cruel person. Tank is so wicked. I really can't be cool with someone like that. He's an ingrate. After everything Calvin did for him, he still turns around and claims Calvin is like a father to him. Calvin Ford has now addressed the real issue behind their split. In a recent interview, he was asked deep and direct questions about the entire situation, finally shedding light on what truly happened.
You know what I'm saying? Tank does that, to get an eyebrow out of people. Like, you know how the Rock, when he put the eyebrow out, and he did get it. That's just like when they...
Well, it's important not to listen to just one side of the story. However, if everything that has been said is true, then Gervonta Davis might be a completely different person from the incredible boxer many believed him to be. Calvin Ford went on to discuss what transpired between them, sharing details about the sacrifices he made for Davis. He also spoke about his commitment to fulfilling his late son's wish, to watch over Davis for the rest of his career.
Oh, everything just happened.
That's right. I feel you, bro.
Y'all get what I'm saying?
That's right.
And that's all I got to just...
Sadly, Ford has received nothing in return for his efforts and has already given up on Tank. This seems to be why he is now trying to incriminate Gervonta Davis in any way possible. During a live interview, Calvin Ford revealed that there is much more to Gervonta Davis than meets the eye. While Davis has built an image around an undefeated career, an impressive knockout ratio, and a massive fan base, Ford claims there is a great deal of corruption happening behind the scenes. He also stated that Tank's greatest weapon has always been his psychological intimidation of opponents, combined with his raw power.
Whatever was going to happen.
Yeah, they're getting their excuse ready.
Say it again?
They're getting their excuse ready when they lose.
come on. I just know this right now. Like, we ain't in the personal game, but again, we sending a message through him for the rest of them. He's playing boxing. They ain't giving him the real strip for certain.
Anyone who can resist Tank's bullying tactics is more likely to withstand his power. This was exactly what happened in his fight against Lamont Roach. He tried everything to intimidate the Washington fighter, but once he was outmaneuvered, he started to crumble and could barely defend himself. A similar scenario played out years ago when Gervonta Davis faced Isaac Cruz. The Mexican pitbull stood his ground, refusing to be bullied, and took Davis the full 12 rounds in one of the closest fights of his career. Now, Calvin Ford has made yet another shocking claim, revealing that Tank's most significant weapon against his opponents isn't just intimidation or power, it's performance-enhancing drugs.
So bad. I heard him so bad where everybody leave out and sit there and say, gosh. Then the rest of them behind this want to think about it. They don't give us our props. We don't want no props. We want to like show them this is boxing, right? We're going to show you.
Hey, Coach,
With these performance-enhancing drugs, Gervonta Davis gains a physical advantage over his opponents, allowing him to absorb punches in the early rounds without tiring quickly. His strength largely comes from these substances, which he allegedly takes before fights. For some reason, boxing's governing bodies have either failed to detect this or have chosen to ignore it. However, Calvin Ford is now bringing this to light, hoping the public will finally see who Gervonta "Tank" Davis truly is, and the lengths he has gone to in order to secure his victories.
If you go back to history, they did the same thing. That's why Leonard was like, they did the exact same thing. That's why Leonard said, we're the A side. They handle that. Our job is to handle the fighter. The fighter job is to handle the fight. So when he speak about his team, this is team right here.
Calvin, do you feel disrespected right now?
No, I feel disrespected as far as the shots that he shot. And they kept going with that same narrated from day one. But why you...
Calvin Ford is making these claims because he is determined to bring Gervonta Davis down, strip him of his boxing accolades, and push him toward a loss in his next fight, which is just around the corner. Following one of the most controversial boxing matches in recent memory between Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. on March 1st, the boxing community has been eager for a rematch. Many believe a second fight is necessary to settle the controversy surrounding the majority draw decision and finally put the first bout behind them.
We ain't doing that. You go look at Tank, all this fight. That was the first fight in a long time when Tank first started. His body was that defined. You see how his body looked?
It quickly became clear that both camps were eager to arrange a rematch. This was confirmed by Sports Illustrated's Chris Mannix, who reported, "A Tank Roach rematch could happen as early as June 21st in Las Vegas. Both sides are now committed to running it back." With a date and location for Davis vs. Roach 2 seemingly finalized, social media has been buzzing with debates over which of these world-class fighters will come out on top in their second showdown. Many fans are siding with Roach, including one user on X who posted 2 photos from the first fight, captioning them, "Roach is beating that guy again, mate."
I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long we taking?
It's up to the ace.
Another fan showed their support for Roach by posting a gif of a cockroach wielding a lightsaber, symbolizing their belief that Roach will come out on top. Meanwhile, other fans are backing Davis in the rematch. One fan wrote, "I thought Roach won the first fight 115-113, but I think Tank will make adjustments and win the rematch." Another added, "I think Roach will be very competitive, but Tank will KO him in the later rounds." The excitement for this fight is only going to grow as the expected rematch date approaches. However, before that happens, the boxing community must address the allegations surrounding Gervonta Davis and his alleged use of performance-enhancing drugs.
Tank won the rematch. Did you let me know now? Did you want to fight Tank again? He said he opened to do a rematch. Did you want to fight Tank?
100%. It's only a matter of time. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight gonna happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Okay. They say they want it in New York again. Do you want to fight again in the Barclays Center?
I want.
Now it's becoming clear why Gervonta Davis so strongly defended Ryan Garcia during his suspension. This wasn't just a case of one gang member getting caught while the others ran for cover. Davis stood his ground and defended Garcia against the entire boxing world. However, the real reason behind his loyalty might have been self-preservation. According to these revelations, Davis has been a dirty fighter himself, and deep down he was likely worried about his own fate being exposed as well.
Bro, go look at Ryan fight and go look at Ryan versus Devin and go look at my fight versus versus Ryan. You can tell that Ryan didn't look no different. If he looked any different, he probably looked worse. He just was a bigger person, much slower.
During the height of Ryan Garcia's PED case, Gervonta Davis took to social media to express his outrage over attempts to discredit Garcia's victory against Devin Haney. He bluntly stated, "They are doing anything to take away the win from Ryan," showing his strong support for his fellow boxer. Davis firmly condemned what he saw as a deliberate effort to undermine Garcia's achievements in the ring. He was so determined to bring Haney down that he even lashed out at those supporting him. Just hours after the news broke, Davis took to X with a scathing message aimed at those accusing Garcia of cheating. Surprisingly, he fiercely defended Garcia, despite the fact that Garcia tested positive for a banned substance in 2 separate tests conducted by VEDA, the day before and the day of his shocking win over Devin Haney. In a now-deleted tweet, the Baltimore native wrote, "They are doing anything to take away the win from Ryan. If that's the case, ban Eddie Hearn, Silver Spoon Head."
8 or 10.
What's the beef with Eddie Hearn?
That's the question I'm with. He's a snake in a suit. That's all. He's a snake in a suit. Bro, he let what's the guy's name? Conor Ben test positive and was still gonna let him fight.
However, Davis quickly realized that one tweet wasn't enough to express his frustration. In a follow-up tweet, also deleted, he took an even harsher stance, blasting the entire boxing world for supporting Garcia while accusing Eddie Hearn of corruption. "The whole boxing world is straight psyop. That. And every boxer on my timeline claiming Ryan cheated, go to hell. He didn't cheat when he fought. Nothing came back positive. He fought on DZN's side with the promoter clearly wanting his fighter to win, and still got put down. Eddie is known for doing dirty stuff," Davis wrote. Hearn, who has had a long-standing relationship with Haney and has promoted him frequently since 2019, did not take kindly to Davis's accusations. Responding to IFL TV, he dismissed Davis's claims, saying, "I mean, he blamed me? Really? The guy's an idiot."
On an Eddie Hearn show? Or does it need to be?
No, because I can't trust Eddie Hearn. You can't trust Eddie Hearn. You can't at all.
Why are you standing with Ryan Garcia over this? How can we stand with Ryan Garcia over the failed tests?
See, another thing. You know why I'm backing Ryan? Because a lot of boxers.
One thing about Gervonta Davis is that he talks a lot. But why does he always delete his tweets? Can he not stand by what he says? If you're going to call Eddie Hearn a dirty guy for something, then stand by it. What the hell are you talking about? And then he goes and deletes it. Hearn, unimpressed by Davis's backtracking, responded sarcastically, "I'm really sorry, but I'm not involved in collecting Ryan Garcia's blood and urine samples." Still, Davis doubled down, insisting that Garcia was being set up and taking yet another shot at Hearn. This led the promoter to confront the undefeated star in private messages. Interestingly, Ryan Garcia's father, Henry Garcia, has now weighed in on Gervonta Davis's fight with Lamont Roach, offering advice ahead of the rematch. As Davis prepares for the expected showdown later this year, a respected veteran in the sport is calling out a critical flaw in Tank's game, a flaw that could cost him again if left unaddressed. Speaking to Fight Hub TV during a press conference for Ryan Garcia's upcoming fight, Garcia Sr. didn't hold back in his assessment of Tank's latest performance.
You see how serious why did it take 72 hours for the test to come back, right?
Came back after the fight, yeah.
Right. So why didn't it come out that Tuesday or that week next? They waited till Canelo fight to push that he had something in his drug. Then once they
I listened to Gervonta Davis. It is so painful listening to this guy who knows absolutely nothing, right? And he's like, I don't know if you saw the clip. He's like, yeah, what I want to know is, like, how comes they let him fight if he had it in his system?